It's going to be a cold night after reading this issue. Hello and welcome to Smurd P video, and today we are looking at House of X issue 4 out of 6 by Jonathan Hickman, and the cover is very, well, it explains itself. They're clearly trying to kill people. So you get the usual Professor X quote or whoever's quote, and this time it's no more. And then the nice little House of X bit, it will be done, is what this chapter is called. Jonathan Hickman, Pepe, and all the other good team that create this issue that we have. And then we've got the whole little where he explains things. Look at what they've done. Genosha, Decimation, and pretty much it's just going into what's happened to the mutant species. And those who have been reading X-Men for a very long time know what's happened to it. But Jonathan Hickman is elaborating, I guess, why that is important in this issue, that this attack on the space station has happened. So, first of all, we get Storm, Magneto, the Cuckoos, Professor Xavier, and basically they're just talking about how they're going to contact the team that are light years away or whatever it is away. I'm not going to pretend to understand space. It's not. I don't understand it. But anyway, they reach out and quite quickly they realize that there is a problem. So Jean's communicating with Earth, and Jean is obviously communicating with the teams there. And we soon established that Archangel's dead and Husk is dead. So they've killed off 2 mutants quite quickly. Mystique putting a little finger over there. Wolverine's a really bad way. And Nightcrawler is pretty much putting on a brave face. I do like this little scene here with Cyclops holding Archangel. And that shows, you know, when we saw the end of issue 3, I thought, well, you know, they'd be okay. You know, their ship's just been blown up. Hickman is showing what a dangerous mission this actually is, which is great. So as I said, Nightcrawler kind of puts on a face, don't worry, I'll be fine. And then the plan is to disconnect the mother mold. Quite simple, attack those things. So they split up into 4, Nightcrawler, Mystique, Wolverine, and Cyclops. Meanwhile, Kareem, oh, damn it, Omega Sentinel, we call her because I can't remember how to say her name, tells Dr. Gregor to get up, that her husband sacrifices him for nothing. And so, you know, they contact security teams who are starting to already make plans of their own, as they do, lead in security. And they send a team after the ship that's badly damaged, as well as being notified that they need to get back to the collars that are holding Mother Mold in place. And it comes quite apparent quite quickly when they hear the sudden noise that 2 of them have already been taken offline by Nightcrawler and Wolverine. Although Nightcrawler does a nice thing, Wolverine's just, well, bloody, as you would expect. So Jean updates the Earth team of what they're doing, and they soon realize that they're about to be attacked by Sentinel drones. And let's get into the pod, and M pretty much says, you get in the pond and you're going to have to work harder on this without my support, so to speak. Marvel Girl, and she genesis her out, and she turns into Penis, which I find I've never seen her do that on her own. Maybe I've missed some issues of Generation X, but she's never done this on her own. It was because of Emplate put her into that state. So somebody tell me how that happens, because I'd be interested to find out. So Cyclops achieves he's quite simply, and Mystique is approaching hers. However, when these two show up, you know that it's not going to go as planned. Mystique knows that. You can see it in her eyes. Damn. Dead to rights. Sucked out into space. One mutant down. So, pretty much, their next step is just to make Mother Mold go live. That's the only option they've got at this point. They have no other option. So she does it. She sets the timer off. And she has a weapon there, which is of AIM design. So, pretty brutal weapon, I'm guessing, from that whole little sinister thing. And pretty much, it's all going wrong now. And she communicates with Professor, and he says, do whatever it takes. Over to you, Scott. In the middle, you get the Dawn of X promo. So you get a promo off these guys. Marauders. New Mutants. X-Force. And Excalibur. Now on 2 of 3. 1. 2 of these teams you got Grey. So she is maybe going to be the overused character that we have now. And then we get the promo for the final issue 6, The Inevitable Future, The Inevitable Truth. So they're there. Scott, Wolverine. And they basically know there's no other way. They've clearly talked about it in the background. So he asks Nightcrawler, is there something beyond this? And pretty much, you know, don't go all sentimental on me sort of thing. And boom, teleportation. Nightcrawler is pretty much disintegrated quite quickly. Being the fact he has no healing power, and you can see Wolverine kind of being ripped to pieces there as he takes it away. And nice little touch is that the Sentinel has a quote there. Now, one of you clever people will probably tell me that that quote is from somebody who's had done a speech in the past. But I don't know it. I suspect it feels like a Roman quote or something. But one of you clever people tell me where it's from, because I'd like to look it up. But very nice. Mission accomplished. Wolverine's obviously dead. And Scott says, bravest men I know. And then it reported to Professor Xavier. So Scott's plan is get to Jean. They're going to try and drift to Earth. But before he can even get there, boom, blasted by the Omega Sentinel. Because I can't remember her name. No, I'm not even going to try it. I was just say it wrong. So anyway, it's quite gruesome. Suicide run is over. So one of the things I ended up getting annoyed with Michael on the Uncanny run, because when he got to the second part of his run with Scott and Wolverine, I was really enjoying it, and then he just started killing people. This is, I know that something's going to happen at the end, and it's all going to work it out, because most of these characters are in the new series. But the point is, Jonathan's done exactly the same thing in I guess a shorter period of time for this event or this story, this crossover, whatever you want to call it. And I know why it's done. It's meant to be the shock impact, but and not everything is rosy in this world. And I guess he's trying to show how dangerous this mission was, and they weren't meant to win. The X-Men are always meant to be kind of on the fence. I don't know, it just felt like it just irritates me a bit. But hey ho, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm still loving this series. I'm still enjoying it. Jean Grey is about to get crunched, by the way. And on Earth, it's no more. No more. Now, what I love about this, now this is going to go in sync in the next couple of issues, which I'm looking forward to reading. But on the next page, we see why no more is important. We see the Genosha genocide. We see the decimation from the Scarlet Witch, 60 million mutants dead, and so forth and so forth. And now the mother mold coming on was meant to be, if that had come online, that would have been it. Their species would have been erased from the moon. You can see it now. They create these master molds, and then they would go out, and pretty much no mutants would survive. So all in all, it's a nice issue. I like the Suicide Run storyline. I'm not overly fan of death impacts, especially when these characters are kind of already been seen to be on the covers of the new series, so we know that Cyclops is meant to be in it. So yeah, and most of the New Mutants are back already. I know this is a thing with X-Men: you die, you come back. It's part of the course, but only if it's clever. If it's clever how they come back, then it's great. Colossus, I thought that was a great way to bring him back. Brilliant. There's probably some that I don't think were very clever, but hey ho, it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook. My page is SmurredP, and follow me at Twitter at SmurredP. No idea what I'm doing, but I'm there, and as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.